There was over 10 people there, right? 10 people there who heard me. We knew all of them, as we said, names and biographies, everything. 10 people were there. The 10 people, each person transmitted to 10 people. The 10 people, each person transmitted to 10 people, right? Now, can what I said now be corrupted even though it happened? All of these people were honest, trustworthy. Just community knows them as honest people. They don't lie. They don't do bad things, right? That's how the community perceives them, not how they talk about themselves, right? All of the 10 people who tell other 10 people who told, etc., etc. Can that thing which I said be corrupted if we still have the names, the chains, biographies of each person that this person told, that this person told, this person told, and it's also written throughout history? Can it be corrupted?
I'd say so.
How?
I don't know the details.
I would love to hear.
No. I mean, again, like people could have a delusions.
No, I'm not talking about now metaphysical things, right? I'm not saying they saw him doing a miracle. I'm not using that as evidence.
I'm saying like you had in the chain there could be weaker elements.
Good, very good, very good. Do you remember what I said to you about the science of hadith? Yeah? We said trustworthy and honest. I'll give you the criteria of authentic narration for us. One authentic narration. Told you it's a transmitting chain. There is no disconnection, meaning that everyone met each other, heard from each other, right? And we say that each person in the chain has to be adl and dabit. Adl means just, honest. Dabit means well memorizer. So people know this person is a well memorizer. We have in books of hadith, for example, they say this person was good. When he became old, he started mixing. Right? So if someone is narrating and he is old, he started mixing, we call that a weak chain. It's not an authentic hadith. Now, each person of these person, I'm saying each of them is a good memorizer. Even if we assume Jamie wanted to change something, we have 9 other people who told, each of them told 10 other people, each of them told, who have the authentic thing. They will correct that person, right? Therefore, that kind of element that you brought can never work. Because we study the men themselves, their lives until their death. What food did they used to eat? What they used to do? I'll give you an example. Like there was 2 people who look at the people of narrations. One person, there was a camel, and he had some food, and he was playing with the camel, showing the camel the food. The camel comes and he hides the food. You know what they said? That person, if he can play with the camel, can deceive the camel, he can deceive the Muslims. We're not going to take his narration. So look how strict the criteria was for Muslims, right? That's why I'm saying what is in Islam as a science of hadith is not in any other religion in the world. No history in the world is comparable to Islamic history because it's so strict that it's looking at every aspect of it.
Christians say the same.
Do you know Christians don't have any chains of narration for their transmission of the text? Their text is written for 100 years, called the Sinaiticus. Do you know that?
I need to.
What do you know about Christianity? Okay, give me.
I grew up as a Catholic, so.
You grew up as a Catholic. Okay, if you grow up as a Catholic, Jamie, yeah. Did you hear in your life anything about chains of transmission with individuals that are reliable, that are known, that we have their biographies ever?
No.
Because this thing doesn't exist in Christianity. The book that is written today, and look, I'll give you some references also of Christian academics, not Muslim, who tell you the book is changed and is written later on. Yeah, you have Bruce Metzger. Bruce Metzger has a book called the New Testament. It's transmission, corruption, and restoration. That's his words, not my words. That's the name of the book. If anyone has a problem, you should go talk to him. Yeah, you have Bart Ehrman, right? Who was a textual criticism scholar as a Christian. He left, he became agnostic because he found problems, right? He wrote a book called Misquoting Jesus. I recommend you read, right? So the text that we have is recorded, Mark, Matthew, Luke, and John, and Newton. This is 400 years, the full manuscript of the Bible, 400 years after Jesus, written in Greek where Jesus never spoke Greek, right? So there is no comparison. So no one, I have never seen any religion claims the claim I'm making. This doesn't exist except in Islam, the chain of narration, right? Like, for example, right? If I want to tell you Imam Bukhari, right, which is a person who existed in history, was born 96, sorry. He was born 996 and died 200, was born 194 and died 256, yeah? His name was Abu Abdullah Muhammad ibn Ismail al-Bukhari, ibn Ismail ibn Ibrahim al-Bukhari. So this is not just his first name, but his father's name and his grandfather. Okay, that person, he lived as an orphan. He traveled to seek knowledge. I'm telling you his biography, right? He narrated of his teacher. His teacher was called Abdullah ibn Maslama. Abdullah ibn Maslama narrated of his teacher. It's called Imam Malik ibn Anas ibn Malik. Imam Malik ibn Anas ibn Malik was born 80 AH and died 150 AH, right? Imam Malik had a book called Al-Muwatta, and there's another book he had for him called Al-Mudawana. Yeah, he narrated. I can give you all the chain going back to the Prophet, right? The point is, this is only in Islam, because we need to be 100% certain that the Prophet said that. But it doesn't stop there. We also have manuscripts from the first century of the Quran. So, but to us is the second evidence. It's not the main primary evidence, right? Secondary evidence, because we have these chains that are books written, the books, we have the biographies of the people, multiple books, thousands of people transmitting the Quran, hundreds of thousands. You know, we have millions of people memorizing the Quran in the world, right? So there is no way someone can corrupt it. If you throw every Quran in the sea, in 2 hours you're gonna write it down for you, right? Because in the heart.
I respect your beliefs. Anyway, I'm dying for a piss, but
Yeah, of course. If you wanna go, pleasure talking to you, and we can have another discussion later on. Yeah, pleasure talking to you. Thank you. No problem.
Oh no!
No, he said he was dying for a piss.